funny and all, but like, you a midget. I can't do it.
I'm sorry, baby. It's the height, but we could be friends. We could, we could kick it, You already know what I just said, y'all have to pass. I'm sorry, but pass. I almost feel bad. I'm pass.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm a pass because I'm kind of tall. I'm a pass because you're my homie. I can see over you.
Unfit, broke man out of love. Love, interestingly, seems linked to money, status, and height.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, height.
Height
is a real one. I cannot get with anybody below 5'11". It's just
No, I don't think talking about that sort of height. I mean,
No, you used to. They
if you're below 6 foot, I'm so
it's
sorry,
just not
but
giving.
it's not.
Hold on,
right.
one at a time. Go on.
Me?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Basically, if you're below 6 foot, it's not.
What happens if they're below?
It's
6
just
foot?
not that attractive.
Why?
Because I like manly man, and I'm only like 4'11", but
So if a guy's not 6 foot, he's not manly. What is
you
he
are
then?
manly, but
What is he then? Say if a guy's 5'9", what is he then?
you're cute and whatever. But when we go shopping,
Like a puppy.
What? Yeah. When I see someone who's 6 foot, I'm gonna
So
be
he
like,
can't be he can't be like a strong man.
You can be like my friend or like my bro,
Friend zone.
broski.
What, like the hound?
Yeah, like a.
You don't hug.
bro.
So what about you? What do you think about the height thing?
the height is like one of my main things. You don't even have to be that.
It's not only you.
That
It's
length.
a lot of women.
Yeah,
main thing.
I feel like it's a real bad downgrade. Your face could be so beautiful, but if you're short, it's just not giving. It's really not giving.
It's not giving what?
Masculine energy. Like you can protect me.
Mm-hmm.
So if a guy's short, then he's not masculine.
No, it just doesn't give me like masculine energy.
What does it give you?
It doesn't give off that vibe to me.
What vibe does it give to
It
you?
just gives me like you're my brother, like you're my little brother, my friend, like friend zone.
How tall are you?
5'3"
You're 5'3"
and a half.
So how tall does a guy have to be to date you? Because you said 5'11".
11 and above.
So a guy has to be at least 5 to 6 or 7 inches taller than you just to date you.
Can I interject?
Hold on, it's her movie.
Yeah,
Go on.
in like not obviously you can talk to me, not very seriously. I can have a little chit chat with you, that's cool. But like actually to be my boyfriend, and I'm gonna show you to my mum, my nan. My dad's like 6 foot. He's not looking down on you. That's just embarrassing.
I don't care about the bank account. You don't know what's going on over here.
You already know what the fuck going on. I ain't gotta say nothing.
Pass because you ain't my height. You get a pass because he's short as fuck.
Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. Women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
I don't like that. That's all I was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You just
parts,
wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not
eyes.
what it is.
That's
No, I was
all
looking at the hair on your
Anyways,
arms, Queen.
she asked me the question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much.
Well,
though.
you're not qualified.
Women in general. I'm gonna say that height is pretty important for money and height are the two top for women. I would say from what they've pulled.
Agree with that.
What do you agree? Beautiful.
I would say money. Yeah.
So
money's at the top.
Yes.
Number one.
Yeah, money.
Gentlemen, this is why we do the show.
Yes.
Money at the top.
Yep.
Write that
Okay,
down.
write that
Remember,
down.
I'm the exception. Everyone, I'm the weird one. So.
Exactly. That's why I said
I'm the
not
extreme.
your opinions.
Of
I want you
course.
speaking for women here. This is the voice of women right here.
Yes,
so
the
money
majority of
number
women.
one.
The voice of God.
Men,
Don't forget.
Correct. Men, get your money right. All right. Number two would be what? Go ahead, ladies. Go ahead. You guys know each other. Talk.
I know most women talk about
height.
yeah.
They
They're always
say
like,
height.
oh,
Yeah, that is one a lot of
feel
women
like you're a
say.
little bit
I
an outlier.
don't.
She doesn't, but she's an outlier in this one. I
do
believe.
hear
But height is that
Most
important.
women are like tall, dark, and handsome. Come on,
Okay.
that's like the thing.
I'll give you guys
So
that.
height, number two. Interesting.
So get some.
So there's
the new
guys-
shoes they wear. The new shoes that they're making, they all have.
But how much can you change that in a guy?
You're not going to change too much with
No.
that. Maybe go an inch or two, all right? And that's the problem. I mean,
Yeah.
look,
It's
I'm
true.
6 foot. I'm not the tallest guy. I'm not a short guy.
No, you're
like you
But
can
there's-
work out and get abs.
Correct.
Yeah.
There's not like you can
But
do
we're
with
just saying
height.
that most women do. They do say, "Oh, is he tall? Like, is he? You know, that's.
I think it's just if
So
they're
that's the
taller
thing.
than them.
Yeah. But I
Taller
would say
than them.
I would say next
Yeah.
would
Okay.
be the health, the abs,
Yeah.
the health, because like you said,
Health,
it's synonymous with
Health.
So the
the
health.
gym. Get your. It doesn't mean you have to have like we're just speaking for all of women. You don't have to have the six pack, really.
You can have like a fit dad bod.
Be in shape. Be watch what you eat. Men's diseases, that heart attacks, prostate, all this stuff is real, and it's from diet, most of it, and stress.
Okay.
So if you're managing your health, I'm a holistic nutritionist as well. If you're managing your health, you're not going to have the heart attack issues because you're not going to have the stress levels. So gym, yoga, find some kind of meditation, spirit prayer, whatever you believe in. Breath work is very good.
And then just to be clear here, all of you guys, if we're getting some uniformity here. The bottom of your list is the eggplant situation.
Well, I'm speaking.
That's a little ironic.
Well,
I know.
Yes.
It's a little ironic coming from a sex expert.
I'm saying that's at the top of my list. You asked me to speak for all the women, though.
I'm just stating the obvious here.
Yes.
So, gentlemen out there, we have 3 very, very lovely women here who have basically said, number 1, work on your money. Straight up.
Yeah.
Get some success in your life, get some wins in your life, have a career, get that going.
Everything else will grow.
Okay.
So I'm back. So this video should be fun. So y'all see by the title, what do women hate more, short men or broke men? And I'm gonna tell you what you can do if you is short or if you is broke to get women, and why it's not the end of the world if you short or broke. So let's start off. What do women hate more, short or broke men? If I had to choose, honestly, and going from talking to women, seeing a bunch of women videos, seeing women requirement, because obviously women want both. Every woman wants basically an NBA player. That's what I nailed it down to. Every woman wants somebody that's in the NBA or the NFL, somebody that's 6'3" and a millionaire, or 6'6". Like, that's what every woman wants. That's why basketball, athletes have it the easiest when it comes to women. You ain't never really heard of an athlete struggling to get women, besides the fact that most of them are blue pill or simps, as we always say, because they don't have the social interactions with women. And a lot of them, like, their whole life is dedicated to sports, football or basketball or whatever. So they didn't have time to really interact with women, go to clubs, do this. Like, really get to learn and understand women nature. And with life being so easy for them is that a lot of them didn't get to see female nature for what it is, because they was always tall, they was always on the basketball team. So they always had girls after them and trying to talk to them for the most part. So they never really got to see the dark side of women, and they don't get to experience the dark side until they get rich or they get divorced or something like that ends up happening. Rappers are more so red pill, because most rappers didn't get women before they became rappers. Some athletes too, but a lot, they had to work to get to where they at. So they was able to see the difference of, okay, these women only want me for my money. Or Mike Jones, back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. So rappers understand it more so than athletes. Athletes can really be naive, because since a young age they play sports. So, and especially if you a star player, because it matters now, if you a bench player or if you somebody who wasn't really that popular growing up, you could get women, but then you could also struggle with women also, because you not that, you might have been tall though, so that might have benefited, but you might not know how to interact with women, or you might not just be attractive overall. You might not just be an attractive dude, because, which I'm going to get into, it's not as simple as, okay, just because you 6'4", you automatically going to get women and all women going to like you. It still matters, like, okay, are you 6'4" and 400 pounds? Are you 6'4" and, you dress terrible? Or are you 6'4" and broke? Are you 6'4" and, just ugly, like, facially challenged? That stuff matters. It's not just as simple as I'm tall and it don't matter because I'm tall, I'm going to get women. No, it's not that simple. So you got to keep that in mind. So, but yeah, we know that women wants both a tall man and a rich man. So to answer the question, which one is worse? Obviously being broke is worse. Like, because we already know all of the short men who still do get women, and you can still get women even if you short. So we know about Lil Wayne, Floyd Mayweather, Tom Cruise. A lot of rappers is short. That's the thing. Like a whole bunch of rappers is short. There's only a few rappers like The Game, and I think Future might be like 6 feet or over. I think Drake is probably up there, but you know, majority of rappers, Travis Scott and the Migos, Quavo, like, you know, like most rappers is short for the most part. And Kendrick Lamar is short. So, you know, I think J. Cole is one of the tall ones also, but most rappers is short. So with that, you still see that rappers get a ton of women. A bunch of women on them, don't have no trouble with getting women. So like I said in another video, fame is the great equalizer, even more so than money. Like I always say, and I stick by this, is that if you got fame and clout, you gonna get women. If you on TV, you gonna get women. It's really that simple. Because you know, women chase clout, and women want what other women want, and women want social proof. So what better social proof than somebody who's famous that got fans and groupies and stuff? So that's really the great equalizer, is being famous, even more so than rich. But being rich can help also, but because you will get more women if you short and got money versus if you tall and broke. But you're going to get women either way, though, because there's a lot of tall, broke men that's sleeping with women, you know, got women paying for them stuff. So if you tall and attractive, because like I said, you can't just be tall. If you tall and you got some attractiveness to you, you gonna get women. Just like if you short and you got a lot of money, you gonna get women. It's just like, and I would actually say that a tall man that's broke will probably get more women like to sleep with, because it also matters if you're talking about sleeping or in a relationship. He will get more women to sleep with him than a short man that's broke. Like, you know, like let's say that then a short man with money, he can get more women to sleep with him just based off, because we're going to take fame out of this, because a lot of time it's the fame. So let's say that we got this dude over here. He own real estate, or he owns a business or something like that, a regular guy, and he's 5'8", and he's a millionaire. He's not famous, but he is a millionaire. So he dressed nice, got a nice car and all of that. Then you take this guy over here that's 6'4", six-pack abs, but he stayed with his mom. Which one will get more women? It's crazy to say, is that especially with Black women, I hate that we got to bring up race, because race do matter to a certain degree, even though, of course, white women care about height. But Black women, I always say this, y'all are the most superficial women. That's like the video I played of all of them women who in the short dude. Most of them was Black women, and they would just, we know that other races of women value other qualities more so than the superficial stuff like money and height. We know all women value that, but Black women like are so superficial, they will overlook a good man if he don't fit their physical, her physical needs more so than, like, white women. That's why a lot of Black men who don't have swag or can't get Black women, that's why a lot of them do go to white women. It's because white women are more accepting and they look for other qualities. Black women a lot of times can be super superficial, like straight up. Like, I don't care how much money you make, not how much money you make. I don't care how good of a person you is, how nice you is, how caring you is. If you ain't this certain height or you don't got this certain amount of money, fuck you, basically. That's how a lot of Black women is. It's sad to say, but y'all know it's the truth. So in that instance, like, you gonna get more women if you tall and in shape, regardless, because I done seen, like I said, women will give you money or they'll pay for you. If they attracted to you, they'll let you get away with it, especially with sleeping. And then you might have an easier time sleeping with women versus actually being in a relationship with women, because we know when it comes to relationships, she's gonna value money and prevention and stuff like that. Versus if she just trying to sleep with somebody or have sex. So the tall dude probably would have more options when it comes to sex and like getting women for casual flings than a dude who has money. But the dude with money and got it going on, he can have more suitors like trying to pursue him like for a relationship or marriage. But it's the different disadvantage for the short dude, because as a short dude, women, like, you more liable to get used, and women messing with you strictly for your money and to be a provider. And I feel like as a man, for most men, we want women to like us the least for our money and they'll be using us for our money. Like, you know, I would rather a woman, even though both superficial and dumb, I would rather a woman talk to me because I'm tall versus because I have money. Because at least tall, like, that's me. That's something that not gonna go away. I can be broke tomorrow. I'm still gonna be tall tomorrow. You know, so it's like more so she's liking me more so for me, versus with money, it's strictly like, okay, I gotta keep, you know, if I lose my money, she basically don't like me, or she don't want to be with me if I'm not giving her money, and she can be using me. Like, I mean, a woman really can't use a man because he's tall. Like, that's just an attractiveness thing. Or maybe she want her kids to be tall, so she using a man to have good genes, but that plays a factor also. So I will say for burning desire, it is better to be tall. And then also it is better to be tall, because being broke is more easy to change than it is being broke is more easier to change than it to be tall. I know they got this surgery to make you tall now, this crazy surgery that just started. I don't know, most people can't afford that, and most people not trying to break their leg and get a metal rod in their leg and do all of that. Fuck all that. Most people not trying to do that. So for the most part, you can't control your height. You can control if you broke or not. So that's really the difference, is that a tall man, he can get to the money or eventually get to the money. Then he said a short man, he can't really do nothing about being short. So I guess I might have to go with the tall man over the broke man, because the tall man has a chance to get money. Like, you know, he can always get money, hustle, you know, change it around. A short man is not really much that he can do, for real. And then getting into why women don't like short men, because a lot of women say that they don't like short men because they feel like he can't protect me. He's not a protector. He looked that weak. I can understand that. Obviously, I understand that because, you know, you look at smaller people as being weaker, and, you know, like it's just a natural thing. Of course, somebody short, just like somebody who's skinnier versus muscular, gonna come across as being more weaker. Like, you know, height and size does play a factor when it comes to protection, obviously. But women have to understand that just because a man's short don't mean nothing, because we know some of the baddest and strongest men, the most fierce men, was under 6 feet. Bruce Lee was like, with 5'2". Floyd Mayweather is short. It's a lot of professional boxers and UFC fighters, you know, the whole middleweight or bantamweight, welterweight are all short, you know, short men, but they'll beat your ass though. You know, like Manny Pacquiao, like, you know, like they will beat like Floyd, Pacquiao, these boxers that's 5'5", 5'6", they'll beat somebody that's 6'2" ass. Like, you know, like, so in Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, like, you know, like there's a lot of short men that will beat a tall person up, and that's not to be messed with. Mike Tyson wasn't even 6 feet. What was Mike Tyson, like 5'9", 5'10", something like that? So it's like women got to understand, just because a man is short doesn't mean he's soft. And a lot of times that's why the short man syndrome exists, because a lot of men who short, they try to overcompensate for being short. So they always, you know, ready to fight or always got an attitude because they short. So you got to keep that in mind also, is that a lot of short men are overly protective just because they're short. The image of them might not look like they can protect you or look like they weak, but that don't necessarily mean that they are weak. So women got to keep that in mind, that just because a man is short or small doesn't mean that he can't protect you. There's a lot of short men that's fighters, all type of stuff, that can definitely protect you. So I don't like when women say that, but I get a woman don't want to look down at a man. It's just one of them things that just natural biology, whatever you want to call it, just how women is. Women probably always been like this since the beginning of time. They just prefer a taller man, just like when men prefer a woman with long hair. Like, you know, I guess I can kind of use that as an example. Most men, we want a woman with long hair, even though short hair can be attractive. And just because a woman got long, like, you know, there is pretty women with short hair, but biologically, like, you know, we just naturally tie being feminine in a woman with having long hair, just like kind of women tie a man being tall and strong together. But the problem also is just like the dude was saying in the video is that why do, like, it is kind of stupid. Like, why do a man have to be 6 feet if you 5'2", 5'3"? Because even if he 5'8", he's still way taller, inches taller than you. He's still over you. So why does he have to be 6 feet? Like, why do you have to be like a whole foot taller than you? To me, that's always dumb to me, and that don't make sense, and I don't understand that with women. I can understand him being taller. As long as he's taller than you, I can, by a couple inches, I can get that. But for you to be 5'4", talking about I want a dude who's 6'4", like, why? Like, you know, like, that don't really make sense to me. And a lot of this stuff women just say because other women say, like I said, women are such, I'm sorry, y'all such sheep. And y'all just go along with other women say and what society say. A lot of women, y'all don't think for yourself. I'm sorry. Y'all let society put that pressure on you because a lot of stuff that y'all do don't even make sense. Just like they said, the percentage of men who make 6 figures and who over 6 feet is less than 20% or less than 15%. So it's like y'all looking for a needle in a haystack and all of y'all want the same man. And so that can be a problem also. So I just never got that. Now I'm somebody who I'm 6'2", so you know, I'm over 6 feet. I guess in high school I was like 6 feet, and then I probably grew like 2 inches throughout high school. But in high school I was 6 feet. So you know, I have got women because I'm tall. I have heard women tell me, like, I'll never forget this still in my head, and this was actually like last year. A girl told me that she was dating this dude. It was her high school sweetheart. She was with him for years, but she was never really that attracted to him or liked him like that because he was short. She like, I want a dude your height. Like, I don't like short men. I like a dude that's tall like you. So I'm like, damn. And then another girl I was dealing with, she was telling me how her guy was short or small. Like, not only was he short, you know, he was like skinny too. So she like, yeah, like you so much bigger than him. Like you can like hold me like at night, you know, it'd be stuff like that, like being able to cuddle. So with a dude that's way bigger, you know, it can feel like a bear, like, you know, like kind of, and that's why sometimes women prefer men that, you know, got a lot of meat on their bones, not necessarily being fat or overweight, but you know, like have a little bit of meat on his bones versus being super skinny. Because women want, you know, when they held, they want to feel like, you know, like it's a bear hugging him and feel like they man is just bigger than them. So I have experienced that, and that is truth for sure. Definitely, I have had women talk to me and say that just, you know, because I'm tall or me being tall played a factor. And then we know that it plays a factor in all areas. When it comes to sports, because y'all know I'm big on sports. So when it comes to playing sports, of course, height does give you an advantage always. You know, in basketball and football, being taller, it helps you able to shoot, grab rebounds. If you playing football, it helps you catch over the person. Like, you know, it does help you in other areas being tall. And then I'm somebody like, I wish I was a couple inches taller. Also, I think if I was 6'4", 6'5", I'd be in the NBA right now. That's just how I feel, but it is what it is. You know, height is a thing. I thank God for being blessed with being over 6 feet. But if you're somebody who's under 6 feet, so let me end this video with saying, what can you do if you broke and if you short as a man? If you short as a man, just understand some women you're not going to get, but that's regardless. Like some women not going to talk to you because you're a certain race. Like if you black, there's some women that only talk to white men. And there's some, if you white, there's some women who only talk to black men or Asian men. So you're not going to get women because of that. There's some women who only talk to dudes who got beards. So if you don't got a beard, you're not going to be able to talk to a certain type of women. There's some women who like their man clean cut. So if you do got a beard, they not going to like you. There's some women who like dreadlocks. There's some women who like long hair. There's some women who like short hair, like a fade, like I got. There's some, you know, like there's so many different women in the world and so many preferences is that you're not going to appeal to all women regardless. So as a short man, you got to just realize that there's some women that I'm not going to get. It's just the way that it is. That's how it is for all of us. So you gotta understand that and go for the women that will go for you, because there's a lot of women who don't care about height that much. So them the women that you go after. Then of course you got to make sure that you're good in other areas. Like you don't want to be the combination of both. Like you don't want to be short and broke. You know, like you don't want to be both, because then you know, not only is you not like, you know, physically what most women want, then you don't got the provision that they want also. So women can look at you like you lack provision and protection. So that's why they say that short men do make the most money though. Like if you look at it, but there's way more short men than tall men. So the law of averages gonna say that anyway, because I mean, there's way more short men than tall men. So there should be more short men with money, but I'll contribute that to short men knowing that they gotta work harder. You know, like in order to get women, like, you know, like especially smart men, you know where your limitations is at. So if I'm a short man or if I'm not physically appeasing, I know that I got to get my money. I got to be charismatic. I got to be funny. Like you got to work in other areas like Kevin Hart. You know, Kevin Hart is short. So what'd he do? Get rich and famous. Now he fucking models and all type of stuff. So you got to look at it like that. And then as a short man, you might have to be a little bit more of a provider and giving. You know, tall men or physically appeasing men, they can kind of get away with not having money or not doing much for a female, but besides providing her with sex. But as a short man, you know, you might have to be more so of a provider. Definitely should be in shape. I've seen somebody else say this, like if you short, you definitely don't want to be short and fat. Like, you know, that's just a bad combination. So if you're short, you want to be in shape for sure. You want to be charismatic. You know, you want to work on all the other areas, because that's the only thing about being a man is that we got a bunch of other areas that women view us. Like for men, we strictly look at women for their beauty, but for women, they look at us for money, attractiveness, charisma, sex, you know, a bunch of other factors goes into it for women. So you can work on them other areas that you can control if you're short. That would be my advice to the short man is make sure you in shape, try to get your money right and become charismatic and understand that just some women not for you. And if you're a tall man and broke, obviously you just need to get on your grind and get money. You wasting your potential. You know, like, you know, become a hustler and get on your grind and you can get even more women. So that's my, you know, that's easy advice to the tall men. Get on your grind and get your money up and start relying on your looks, because that's what happened a lot of times. Because when I was younger, that messed me up because I was so able to easily get women because of my physical that I didn't work as hard or I didn't put the necessity on having my shit together. Until I started to get older and I realized, okay, I need both so I can really be the package and I can keep women. Because that's also if you tall or if you physically attractive and but you don't have no money or you like, you know, don't have the other traits that women want and you know how to keep women around and handle women, you gonna have a lot of quick flings to where women, you gonna have a lot of women sleep with you, but you're not gonna be able to retain women and, you know, keep them around. So you got to keep that in mind also. So that's my advice to the short and tall men. And I do think that it probably is worse to be short and have money than to be tall and broke. Because if you're tall and broke, it's easier to get money and change that. If you're short and you can't really do nothing about your height. So it just is what it is. And I'm out.